the right place for you. This is the right place for me. This is the right place for dreams. This is the right place to be alive, to be free, to live a dream, to feel that you're real.
Hi, welcome to Famous Fido. This is our second edition of Famous Fido TV, and we have a lot to talk about today. So I'm here in the training room. Welcome, come on in.
Hello, my name is Claudia. Thank you for joining us on our second episode. We have some questions for Gloria. We have a lot of plans here and working very hard for the animals and keeping them happy and safe, and hopefully eventually find homes for them. Gloria, what are your plans for the project?
Okay, well, I'm real excited about renovating the rooms for the animals. There's actually about 20 rooms here or so, about 9 living spaces for the cats. So we're renovating these. I mean, we don't want to see cats or dogs in cages, and when people surrender and that happens. So we're trying to give them, really great living spaces so they can thrive and get enrichment. So we have like climbing gyms on the walls and new filtering systems for the water, cat litter holders, gyms, all kinds of new cat trees. We're redoing things so the cats are enriched, and it'll help them get a home hopefully quicker, and teach people about what's going on when animals are dropped off at shelters, which is not good. So we have to talk about it because we have to do more than spay and neuter.
We definitely want to thank the Canning Foundation for their support, sponsoring the rooms. It's a lot of hard work and definitely a lot of money, and it's definitely keeping our fur babies happy at the time in this time being, especially during this pandemic, where a lot of animals have been just dropped off and left here, and we want to find homes for them and make them happy.
So thanks for bringing up the training room, because it's very important. We get a lot of behavioral problem animals here. They need a lot of enrichment. They go for, we have a group of specialized people taking certain dogs for walks, and we have a patio, but the training room is really important because we want dogs to have one-on-one training with specific positive trainers, and we'll have like doggy gyms and stuff for a play area here. And it's going to be great to get this training room going. And thank you so much to the Canning Foundation for doing this. If more people would support these animals, it would be unbelievable for them. Believe it or not, this is a special needs dog. This is Mia. And when she's out of my lap, or when she's just goes outside, she changes, her whole demeanor changes. So the training room is going to benefit all of the small dogs also who have behavioral problems, who need interaction with people. So people will be able to communicate with them and, not just be in a room, sitting in a room behind a door. The other thing is we have 3 pit bulls and a mastiff here, which we want to get positive trainers to get involved with them. And it gives them a job and gives them something to do, like, when they do behavioral classes and training. It is a great thing for them to be able to have a job and do something in the training room. So they're going to look forward to it. We have a lot of dogs that are going to benefit from the training room and the playroom. It's going to give more interaction and enrichment to the animals.
Can you explain some of our special needs animals that we do have here at Famous Fido?
Yeah, this is Jack, for example. You would think Jack is a cute, fluffy little poodle dog that needs a great home. And his special needs is he's part Jack Russell, so he's very active and he wants to play, but he also has a little bit of a nipping problem sometimes. And when somebody adopts a forever, if you want to get him in a home that's forever, they got to understand that it's a forever situation and that they want to adopt him, but he's going to have little quirks. There's a lot of bonded pairs where people don't want to take two animals at once and they're bonded and we don't want to separate them. And we have this cat here, Morris, for example, is a special needs cat because he has feline leukemia. And that is somewhat contagious to other cats, so he needs a home that's only a single home where he can thrive and live out his years. Also, the other special needs animals that we have are seniors who have medical problems and they might have tumors or cancer or kidney problems, and they have to live the last parts of their life in a happy home. They're important too. We don't believe in just putting animals down because they're seniors or old and that they have medical challenges. One more thing, back to the behavioral issues. There's a lot of big dogs that have behavioral problems that need, training and positive reinforcement. And there's a lot of little dogs that have behavioral problems. And it's the same thing. They get bitey or they're agitated. The main reason for that is they're scared. You can't be pulling a dog off of the couch by his collar or invading his space. So it's a lot of communication, and the most important thing is giving them the time that they need to adapt and get into a routine. Sometimes these problems don't go away, so the advocate has to protect them, and so they're safe in a home and that they don't go to a shelter.
Gloria, what is the impact of the training room going to do for the animals here at Famous Fido?
The training room is so important because many animals are euthanized at shelters, and without the proper guidance, mentoring, and training, they don't have the opportunity to benefit from that, so they end up in shelters. And it is very important that they get people, contact from people, communication, not be isolated. And this training room will have an impact on all of our animals here that have behavioral challenges. Many rescues don't take behavioral challenge dogs because they're hard to place in homes, so this is going to benefit them so much by getting quality time with people and having a space that they can unwind and look forward to. So I am so grateful to the Canning Foundation for donating to the first naming of the rooms at Famous Fido. These rooms are so important because these animals would end up just being in cages or taken to a shelter. And thank you so much from the bottom of my heart to the Canning Foundation for helping these dogs. It's a big thing. We're going to definitely keep everybody updated with videos of the training of many of the animals here. There's 3 pit bulls and a mastiff, and many small behaviorally challenged animals. And it's just good for the dogs to have like a playground and a play place to go. It's a very big deal for us. Thank you so much. Other rooms that need naming, so thank you, Canning Foundation. You were the first. We're looking for other people's participation to name the rest of the rooms to benefit the animals. There's 9 cat rooms, 8 dog rooms, the outdoor living space that we're making an adoption center for the summer, the indoor adoption room, and we really need your participation in naming the rooms. You can see everything on the Facebook page. Go to famousfidorescue.org.
Tell us about the rooms as they are now and what we're looking to do.
Well, basically, we've had Famous Fido set up here for about 6 years, and we created these beautiful living spaces, but they really need to be updated. The cats, when they go to a shelter and the dogs go to a shelter, they're in a little cage. And they do not want to be in a cage for months on end without being in a home. So we put these living spaces together to give them enrichment. Noticing that this room was just started, we put the water system in for the cats. They have, this is halfway finished, there's a lot more to go. They have their cat litter houses set up so the cat litter isn't all over the floor. And it gives them a lot of enrichment. I've just noticed that by just doing this little space, how happier they are and how thriving they are with they like to see new things. So they got a new cat tree coming. They have a complete kitty gym that's going to be on the wall from, what is it called, Catastrophics. So they'll have a lot of interaction with different things. Look at this cat up here. in the thing, look at him. Fellow.
Icon.
Over at the other side. Right there. He wants a room Your room wasn't enriched. But the enrichment for the cats is why we're doing it. To make them happier, to give them an environment that's close to home, so when they go into a new home, they're going to be special. They're going to have a special way of thinking about it. Like when they're in cages, they're scared to death. They don't know what's going to happen next. So this is kind of a homey environment to give the cats enrichment.
And tell us a little bit about what we're doing here at Famous versus other shelters.
Well, open door shelters, like I said, cats and dogs are in cages. The adoptions are not easy because there's not a lot of people adopting right now, especially because of COVID. People are limited. And they sit in cages, and it's not beneficial to the cat or the dog. They get depressed. They get anxiety, which causes behavioral problems. And then if they scratch or bite, people don't want them, and they send them back to the shelter. So these living spaces are very important, that the cat feels at home and the dogs feel at home. So in their new home, they can thrive. We don't want people to think that we're being frivolous because we watch every dollar, but we feel that this is very important for the animals. Without your donation, there's no way that we can do this, and that we can get these rooms set up or take care of these animals every day, because it does cost $30,000 a month to take care of the cats and dogs at Famous Fido. That includes their housing, their medical care, and anything else that needs to be done with them, their needs, their special needs, training. So without your donations, this is definitely not possible. This is definitely not possible. This is Maggie. She's letting us know that. And please go to famousfidorescue.org and donate. Without your donations, this is definitely not a possibility to make this happen. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Yes, hi. This is speaking about the new remodeled room we have here and how the cats are reacting to it. It's really nice. I wasn't too sure initially, but the cats really like it. We had one cat, Meow Meow, who was a very quiet, just stationary cat, didn't do much before. Now that she's back in the new room with everything in there, she's like a new cat. She's like running around, she's playing, she's lounging about, she's going here and there, and she's really loving the room. And the other cats are enjoying it too, but it's the transformation of the cats is very good. So if the cats are happy with the room, then I'm happy with the room. So it's really working well.
We're in the coral room. Tell us what to expect with us.
Okay, well this is exciting because each room has a theme, and the coral room is all about fish and aquariums, aquatics. So this will all be set up new with new gyms, cat trees, living spaces for the cats, watering system, air filter. And it's going to be, each room is themed on some type of other animal environmental issues. So the coral room will be started right after the savannah room. And it's going to be a lot more fun for the cats, to give them more enrichment. There's 5 cats in here right now. Bello, the 4 oranges used to be in here, but 2 of them passed away. Now Boston is here. This is Simba. He's a big shot. So they're going to have a lot of enrichment, and the room is going to be absolutely beautiful for them, and another living space for them. There's 9 living spaces in the coral room. And again, without your support of these rooms and helping these cats were lucky enough to come to a place like this. But without your donations and support, this would not happen. We're also going to have all of the in-kind gifts and special things that we need for each room on our website, which is famousfidorescue.org. So please look at what's going in the coral room and the savannah room. There's an Africa room and a flower garden, a nursery, a redwood forest, and we need your support to build this project together in the community.
What reason?
Well, not only does it benefit the cats and the domestic cats that are here, but we're trying to talk about other animals on the planet and the issues that they're facing. And one of them would be pollution, overfishing, and climate change. So each room talks about, we're a learning center also, so we talk about other animals on the planet. So each room has a representation of some crisis with animals on the planet. Not only do the domestic animals have a problem, but factory farming is a problem, and trophy hunting. is a problem. So that's the things we're talking about. So this room does represent something important. Pollution, overfishing, and climate change. So that's what the coral room represents.
Can you tell us what happened this week?
Yeah, there's been a lot happening this week. We work with a lot of animals at Famous Fido. We have to take care of our own animals' medical needs, like there's a beautiful Rottweiler getting neutered today, and there's many animals getting medical care, but we also do interventions, and we have a beautiful red cat at the animal hospital right now that was on the street that had an abscess. He has upper respiratory problem, and he was taken care of at the vet. That vet bill alone is $1,000 for that cat. I've never even seen the cat. It's in shelter at somebody's house right now that would be considered an intervention, because if he didn't step in and Famous Fido didn't step in to help that cat, he would be on the street and he would probably be dead. So this is something that we're bringing out to the community. The community as a whole and specific rescues like Famous Fido need to get together to help these other animals that have no homes that are on the street, because they just end up again at the shelter and the circle keeps going around and around. There's also a cat here named Musty that was with a young gentleman who has 4 dogs and 4 cats. None of the cats are neutered or spayed. So they've had 2 litters already, and this cat then was dropped off here yesterday at Famous Fido. It's very important that the community also understands that adoption is forever, and don't take a cat in or a dog in if you're not going to keep it forever. And if you do find a cat on the street, the best thing to do is try to find where it belongs, or deal with a rescue that can rehome and not bring it to a shelter.
What can the people at home do to build this project up?
Well, there's a lot you can do. Okay, we have it on our website, famousfidorescue.org, but you can name a room, you can sponsor an animal, become a one-time donor or a monthly donor on ongoing support. We really need the funds to help these animals and build this project and make Famous Fido work. So again, we have probably right today 86 animals at Famous Fido. There'll be 20 to 30 phone calls that come in to get us to take in more animals. There'll be some people we can help with interventions that need medical assistance, and without your assistance, it's not possible. So it is really the right thing to do. It's the only thing to do for these animals, because if we don't work together as a community, these animals will end up at the shelter and many of them will not make it out. So please support Famous Fido in this project. Thanks for supporting us, and thanks for all you do for Famous Fido and getting involved. We will see you next week.
This is the right place for you. This is the right place for me. This is the right place for dreams. This is the right place to be alive, to be free, to live a dream, to feel that you're real. This is the right place for you. This is the right place for me. This is the right place for dreams. This is the right place to be